Alrighty, folks, we got an article here for you out of SputnikNews.com. Russia collusion. Anyhow, entitled Ecuador to provide United States with Assange's documents, his personal devices, reports. I'm fairly familiar with Assange. I'm not 100% familiar with everything surrounding him, but it seems like he is in hot water. I want to stay on articles about him. And not only him, but my gosh, we need to get on different stuff about Tommy Robinson. You need to follow Tommy Robinson. Goodness. He's another very important figure. But he's UK based, I think. All right, let's get into this. But man, Assange was in that dang building forever. And the hope was that Trump would, be allied with him, and it's looking not so hot. It looks like he's in some hot water. And then there was stuff about a case being reopened on him again, which just seems fishy to me. It just seems fishy. I don't know this or that being the case, but just the perception, if you need to retrial someone after a long time, if you just keep retrialing someone, you're going to get the result you want. So it just seems fishy to me of him being retrialed. So just plain and simple fishy. Madrid, Sputnik, the Ecuadorian government will pass to Washington documents of WikiLeaks founder Assange that are currently kept in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, where Assange was residing from 2012 and until his arrest in April, according to El País newspaper. That was a very interesting thing, because people speculated all sorts of different things about that event. And there were even pictures of him, smiling at times once he was on the bus or whatever, and there was stuff about him maybe secretly having different things, and maybe it was all just perception based. But it just seems like he's in hot water now. And the media called Trump out on his inconsistency with Assange and WikiLeaks, that he knows nothing about it. He distanced himself, and the media pounced on that. So it seems to be them tilting their hand, with them kind of wanting Trump to stay backed off from Assange, don't get involved, because they were pouncing, and he wasn't even dealing with him. He said before that he knew about WikiLeaks, and then he said he didn't know about WikiLeaks or Assange. So he distanced himself for some reason or another. Ecuador will also provide Washington with Assange's mobile phones, computers, memory cards, and other data storage devices following a search in the room where he used to reside. Spanish media reported on Sunday, citing an official notice for Assange's lawyer. The search is expected to take place on 20th of May. Talk about invasion of privacy or something, my gosh. To have a darn country to go through all your personal stuff, my gosh. Talk about invasive. Whatever happened to privacy? It was the Office of Attorney General of Ecuador that briefed Assange's Ecuadorian lawyer Carlos Poveda on the decision to pass to the U.S. Assange's belongings. Who's running this show? Who's running this boat about Assange? This comes after Assange was arrested in the UK capital on April 11. After Ecuador revoked his asylum status, he was then sentenced to 50 weeks in jail for jumping his bail back in 2012, when he took refuge inside the Ecuadorian embassy in London to avoid extradition to Sweden over a sexual assault investigation. That's the one that was rebooted. that has since been dropped. The United States is seeking Assange's extradition on charges of conspiracy to commit computer intrusion. The United States is to provide London with all necessary documents for Assange's extradition until 12th of June. Assange's lawyers and supporters fear that he could be charged under the Espionage Act in the U.S. and face death penalty. Holy smokes. Considering Crooked H joked about droning this guy lawlessly with no sense of justice, as far as I recall, in a video. Considering she said that about this guy, I think this guy's a good guy. So I think this is a bunch of bunk. This is a bunch of baloney. Trump needs to do something. Trump needs to do something. Good grief. I don't know what to say. That's all she wrote. Assange is in hot water considering all this, and I think there's a newer article about the Sweden thing being reopened, so they're gonna retry him. I think that's what it was. So it just seems fishy, and he seems like a good guy. So that's my take on it and my analysis. Let me know what you think. We need to stay updated on Assange because there's an article every now and then. And also, we need to get into the Tommy Robinson stuff because that is so important, so very important stuff. He's a very interesting figure. So I want to delve into that as well and keep information flowing on him as well. So there's a bunch of important figures we got to keep track of. My goodness, it's overwhelming, ain't it? So let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you up ahead. As always, take care cool. Feel free to subscribe.